Giana reporting for Kids First, and today I have the honor to speak with Craig Schultz, Robb Armstrong, and Raymond S. Persi about their latest project, Snoopy Presents Welcome Home Franklin, which comes out on Apple TV February 16, 2024. Craig Schultz is the son of the Peanuts creator, Charles M. Schultz, and oversees all Peanuts creative content. As an Emmy Award-winning producer, Mr. Schultz is credited for his work on the short film Peanuts in Space: Secrets of Apollo 10, as well as the feature-length The Peanuts Movie. He is the executive producer and one of the co-writers on Snoopy Presents Welcome Home Franklin. Robb Armstrong is a professional cartoonist who has been drawing since a very early age. He is best known for his comic strips Hector and the syndicated Jumpstart. Even with this fame, Mr. Armstrong still draws his own comics by hand. Not only is he one of the co-writers on this project, but Mr. Armstrong is also the main character, Franklin's namesake. Raymond S. Persi is an Emmy Award-winning director for his work on The Simpsons. He is credited as a voice actor known for his work as Flash the Sloth on Zootopia. Mr. Persi is also credited for his work as a part of the story team on Wreck-It Ralph and the Oscar-winning animated feature Frozen. Mr. Persi is the director of Snoopy Presents Welcome Home Franklin. Mr. Schultz, why is it important for you to tell Franklin's backstory now?
Well, I think the timing couldn't be better. As Rob was talking about earlier, the way the times are now, they resemble the times of the 60s. They're a little turbulent, a lot going on, dealing with different issues, different races, different religions, different political views. And it's nice to have a show come together where we see the two kids can embrace each other, become friends throughout whatever their backgrounds are. Charlie Brown is obviously different than Franklin, and Franklin's different than Charlie Brown, and yet they still come together and bond on this friendship.
Mr. Persi, as an Emmy Award-winning director who has been credited for working on other award-winning projects, was there any pressure continuing the Peanuts legacy with this project?
Yes. When I first started working on these, and I would tell people I was going to work on Peanuts specials, everyone would always go, "Aw," which was like, they immediately were just happy, which meant like, I can't screw this up. I have to do a good job. But then, I think the crew that I had really cared about doing a good job. For most of the people I worked with, they said this was one of their favorite projects they've ever worked on. So it got a little less scary because I just knew that every single person on the project wanted this thing to be the best it could be, and we were all working together.
Well, I just gotta say it was the best it can be. I really enjoyed watching it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Mr. Armstrong, the main character of this special is named after you. In what ways are you similar to Franklin?
In many, many, many ways. I was kidding around with Mr. Schultz earlier. I said, this is a true story. We were working on this project. You're writing it scene by scene when you're writing a teleplay. And I'm describing a scene, like in real life, my uncle played for the Negro League Baseball. He was a star. He mentored Jackie Robinson. There's a whole thing. So there's a moment in this that survived all the editing where Franklin pulls out a baseball card and says, my uncle worked as a baseball player. He was on the Stars in Philadelphia. And he pulls out this card. And when I was working out this scene, I'm talking about my uncle, I'm talking about Franklin, I'm talking baseball, and back, then back, then back, then back. And Craig said, "Rob, wait, time out. Are we talking about Franklin right now, or are we talking about you?" I said, I don't know who we're talking about. So
Well, it's good that you can share the same name and relate to them.
Very much. And real quick, Gianna, I also experienced going into a school that was very different from school I was kind of raised to attend. Suddenly I was in an all-white school when I was 12, and all girls. It was weird. They were going co-ed, but no girls showed up, and it was just me and 10 boys. And I had to figure out how to adjust to that. I had to figure out how to adjust to these guys. And Franklin is doing that. He's coming into an established group and trying to fit in and trying to win people over. And I was feeling it, like writing for him. So yes, it's a great question, by the way. Excellent.
Thank you. Mr. Schultz, the Peanuts brand has been around for a long time. How do you make sure content like this special is capturing new audiences?
Well, I think it's so universal. And again, I hope you appreciate, seeing the Franklin special, because what happens is the characters are relatable to everybody. Everybody has a character they can relate to. For me, I relate to Pigpen. because I was into racing dirt bikes and bicycles and playing in the dirt. And he's been like kind of my favorite character. And I'm sure there's a character that you probably relate to within the cast.
Yeah.
And it's nice to bring Franklin in there so that it's more than just the typical neighborhood in the 1960s. Now we have more of a diverse cast. So we've got Jose Peterson, you've got Franklin, and you'll notice in the background, we introduce much more diversity within the cast. So we hope people can relate to the whole group of kids and embrace them as I did when I was in the 1960s.
Yes, and just one last question. Mr. Armstrong, this is something that parents will enjoy watching with their children. What do you expect each of them to take away from the special?
I want kids to be encouraged. Childhood is very tricky. And nowadays, it can be flat out scary. And kids are going through bullying, social media problems, you name it. It's a whole nother conversation. But I want kids to see this and understand that friendship can be accomplished. You can be someone's friend, but you have to do it for the right reasons. Franklin starts off with the wrong reasons. Franklin wants to win something, beat his potential friends at a competition. He finds out while trying to do that he actually cares enough about those kids to sacrifice something. He actually doesn't win, if you remember. But he gains their trust, and he starts to understand what it takes to be someone's friend, not just to gain friendship. So I hope that children get a new sense of hope, a new sense of purpose, and maybe even pursue cartooning the way we did. This guy pursued cartooning thanks to me. Is that correct?
Yes.
See? Unbelievable.
Yes. Where's my $5?
Thank you, Craig Schultz, Robb Armstrong, and Raymond S. Persi for talking with me today. We just talked about Snoopy Presents Welcome Home Franklin, which comes out on Apple TV February 16, 2024. Be sure to check it out. I'm Giana reporting for Kids First. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss me or one of my awesome teammates' next review or interview. Bye!